everyone, it's me, Jess. I'm back for another planner video. This time, I'm setting up my media journal. I have never had a media journal before, so it's my first time doing this. And I've already gotten started. It's exciting. I'm really looking forward to this idea. So I have some of the pages already set up and laid out. So I'll walk you through those, and then I will fill in a couple of pages with you. You can hang out with me while I fill in a couple of the pages. So yeah, grab a drink, grab a cup of tea, a beverage of your choice, maybe a snack, and let's get into it. So the first thing, I guess we could talk about the cover for a moment. I'm not decorating the cover per se right now because I really like this pencil board of Paddington being splashed over by the laundry out of the washing machine. It just makes me giggle when I see this. So I'm keeping this as the cover. It really doesn't have a lot to do with media, I realize, but I really like it. It makes me happy. So I'm going to keep that for now. I do have a bit of a legend that I'm going to talk about in a minute. And because this is a sneaker weeks, I'm not going to take it out of the plastic because it's already set up. It's the purple Sneaker Weeks Mega. So it has 210, I believe, notes pages in the back. I also got an accessory from Hobonichi, which is a page marker, which I'm keeping like this. It's great because it holds down a page for where it marks where you are. So that's great. I think it's going to be really useful. And the Sneaker Weeks comes with these little removable bookmarks that come off. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see that, but it's a removable. It has sticky on the back. I've been using it in my A6 and taking it on and off is sort of working, but the sticky part doesn't hold for a long time. So I'm not sure what would be a good suggestion of how to keep these useful for a longer period of time. I prefer to use the Midori clips. I actually don't have one with me right now because at least those are they last. So I'm using it right now. But it's another reason why I got this corner accessory piece to hold the notes page in place. I didn't do any decorating in the front yet. I might. What I was thinking about doing was another collage with some of my favorite artists, but I haven't gotten that far along yet. I wrote this quote and put it in the front. It's a quote by George Bernard Shaw that reads, "You use a glass mirror to see your face. You use works of art to see your soul." I really like that. So I included that in the front. And then I included these stickers that I got from Sarika. I hope I'm saying their name right. I think it's Sarika Studios in different colors. I'm using them as a legend because the media I'm going to be journaling about in this journal is television programs, movies, music, and podcasts. Some of you might know I have a BookTube channel, so I have a completely separate book for my BookTube channel and the books that I read, so I'm not including any novels or reading in this media journal. It's really other media. So those are my 4 categories. I might put my collage here. I'm not sure where I'm going to end up putting the collage. I don't know what I'm going to use this section for. This is such a tough section. I think the really most logical thing to use this section for is as an index, which, you know, when I go back, I can index the days maybe where I start and end a show. I could use maybe different colored pens. I'm not sure. I have to decide what I want to do with this index. It's always a bit of a stumper, I find, in every journal. Let me get to the monthly layout. And I think I'm just going to zoom in here. That's about as far as I can zoom in. Hopefully you can see okay. So This, I started in December, but I made note of 2 shows that came out, one in October and one in November, that I'm interested in. October is Disclaimer with Cate Blanchett. Now, I started watching Disclaimer and I realized after the first or second episode that I really wanted to read the book. So I'm going to go back to it, but I've made a note of it here so I won't forget about it. And then November 14th, Say Nothing came out, which is one of the shows that I've been watching. I'll talk about how I'm journaling about it in a moment and about these images in a moment. And then I also, what I've been doing is writing in the premiere dates of shows that I'm curious about or interested in. Shetland has a season coming out. I like that show a lot. I haven't included movies yet or music or podcasts because I don't pay as much attention to when movies are coming out. I know, for example, The Last of Us Season 2 is coming out on the 15th of January, and I'm really excited to watch that. And also, Severance is coming out that week as well, Season 2, and I'm really excited to watch that, although I'm a little worried it's not going to be as good as the first one. I've heard it's a show that doesn't know what it's doing, which is not a good sign. But yeah, I haven't put in movies here, so I'm not sure how well this will work. I might have to go back and write in when movies came out after I watch them. I'm not really sure. But for TV, it works very, very well. I guess if I know that an album announcement, like I think Lana Del Rey just announced her new album, so I might put that in. I think it's coming out in May. So that could be something that I track in here as well. And I might track them in different inks or use the stickers in here, but I don't have that many of the stickers, so I don't really want to use them too much. I guess I could always reorder the stickers. Anyway, that's my idea of how I want to use the monthlies. And then in terms of the weeklies, I am going to be tracking when I watch something or when I start something. And then I'm going to have a section of what I'm watching ongoing and a little wrap up if I do end either an episode or a movie, or also just room for general notes. I'm going to be writing about shows that are kind of ongoing and maybe do a wrap up of some of the shows I'm watching. I'm playing around with this layout, and I guess I can put a sticker because Woman of the Hour is a movie. I have blue. I'm still trying to remember what I had assigned for each of them. So yeah, I can put in a sticker. Tricky to do without your tweezers, and mine are not handy. Okay. So yeah, this is my idea for the weekly layout. And then I guess the most exciting part of this is in the back at the notes pages. And that's what I'm going to work out with you all today. So the notes section, I'm planning on using the first part of the notes section as a watch list, a list of things I want to watch, a list of podcasts that I want to listen to because people recommend podcasts to me and then I forget that they were recommended to me and I often don't get to them. So a list of podcasts that I want to listen to, a list of music that I want to listen to. And I'm leaving some blank pages like just in case there's anything else I want to put in here. I'm just not sure. It's my first time doing a media journal, so I wanted to give myself some flexibility. But by page 10, I want to start sectioning off. That's what these tabs are for. I want to start sectioning off my different sections and then writing about the shows in more detail. So I would have movies then and give that like 50 pages, and then television and give that 60 pages, and then podcast, 60 pages. I just distributed them evenly, and then music. That might be a mistake. I guess I'll find out, but at least those will be the starting sections for each. I don't know how much I'm going to fill. I really have to do this one time through to see how it's working for me, I think. But this is my idea. So in order to mark these, I was trying to find, like I have monthly markers, but I don't have I only have 2 that are blank that came with the set from the Traveler's Notebook. So with the set from the Traveler's Notebook, I have 2 blank ones, but that's not great for consistency. And then the other ones have, you know, information, important list. I don't want to use those. So I was looking at what else I had, and I have more monthly tabs. I have things that say daily, weekly. That's not going to be of any use to me, but I did find in this pack, oops. So I did find in this pack these numbers. I can use this side of the number and just put, you know, a T for T or a TV for TV and an M for movie and just go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think that's what I'm going to do because I don't really have any other option. So yeah, I think that's the way I'm going to do it. Oops, I probably shouldn't have taken that off just yet because I want to label it first. So yeah, my first one is going to be M for movies. M. Ooh. And then TV. Oh, I guess there's movies and music. Maybe I should call it film. This is why I like to use these erasable pens, although I will say the ink runs out of them so fast. But this is why I like to use them, because if you mess it up, it's very easy to fix. But the ink runs out so fast, I can't tell you how annoying it is and how bad it is for the environment. So I guess I'm just going to have it like this. Going in. Gosh. Yikes, this is always so scary to do. Oh, I stuck 2 pages together. Oh my gosh, I stuck like 3 pages together. I've seen people do this where they end up sticking pages together, and here I am sticking pages together. You guys, this is starting out rough. Whoops. Okay. Okay. I don't know how that's gonna look. I can't even see it. Whoops. Okay. So, I mean, I can see it, but I'd rather see it like closer. So guess what? Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna erase it and fix it. There. Now I can see it better. There. Now I can see that. I think I'm just going to erase these all while they're still here and then redo them once they're in. It'll be better because I might decide to write them sideways. Okay, there's film. And then here we're going to TV. Number 2. And the 1s and the 2 and 3 are all going to be upside down. Okay, so So 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be no. Is that right? Yes. Okay. These are like really difficult to fold over. Well, this is definitely going to be imperfect, but I don't mind. So this, I think I might write it sideways. T, E. Just write it sideways like that. It's better. Cool. Almost there. So the next is going to be a podcast. Right. So here. This is the best I could do because I didn't have blank. I had to improvise. When you don't have the right tools, you just have to improvise. And that's just the way it is with everything. That's why keeping journals and doing any kind of creative thing teaches you to be very patient with yourself. Okay, so P for podcast. There we go. And then the last one. Okay. This is so tricky to fold. Okay, there we go. And this one is music, right? So I used an F for film, so I use an M for music. Okay, there we go. I'll decorate my watch lists another time. So this is where I'm going to put in my journaling about films, and I recently watched Anna Kendrick's directorial debut, Woman of the Hour, and I printed out, I took an image from, this is actually from the Toronto International Film Festival, because it opened there, and I have this little sprocket. I guess I can leave a link to this in the description box below. It's just a little printer and it prints out on sticker paper, and I really like it. It's portable, it's very easy to use. The paper is a bit expensive. So initially I printed out a big image, but you can also do collages, and so I think I'm going to use this instead. It's a collage where you can make it a little bit smaller and put 2 on 1. So I'm going to use this instead. I just need to cut it out. I also printed out the image from Say Nothing, the television show, so I'm going to be using that today as well. So I just have to get my scissors and cut that out. So I just really enjoy this idea. In fact, I was reading a book, which I'm going to talk about in my upcoming wrap-up. It's a book called Cue the Sun that actually talked about the dating show in this film. I'll give you a little synopsis of this film in just a minute, if you don't know. So I want to write about the crossover between the books I'm reading and the podcasts I'm listening to, because I think that there's a lot of crossover in terms of the content. So I think that could be neat. Oh, I might need my tweezers to get this. Oh, I got it. Okay. So yeah, I think this is like a fun way to start. And I might just start on this page because I'm not sure what I'm going to put on my opening film page. What kind of cover I'm going to do. So yeah, this is great. So yeah, I'm just going to make a note of the release date, October 11th in Canada, 2024. Canada release. And if I watched it at home or if I watched it in the theater. So I might just make this into boxes. I don't know, I'm still figuring this out. It's kind of fun to remember. What did I do? Okay, so I watched it at home. So I'm going to write a synopsis, and then in terms of director, actors, I'll put that up here as well. Directed by Anna Kendrick. And there was an actor who played one of the main roles that I want to remember his name, but I'll have to look it up. I'll write in the synopsis first, and then I can write my thoughts about the movie and you know, did I think it was good? Did I think it was bad? What did I like about it? What did I not like about it? I can write my notes, not a review, I guess, but just what was my feeling about it. This is a crime thriller, but it's based on a real serial killer. A crime thriller based on a real serial killer named Rodney Alcala. I wanted to look up the name of the actor who plays Rodney because he was so good in this movie. What was his name? Daniel Zavato. Keep your eyes out for him. He was really good. Zavato. Based on his appearance, and this is how it connects to the book that I was reading, Q the Sun, which I'll write about, because Q the Sun is a book about reality TV, and she has a section about the dating game, and he actually appeared in 1978 on that show. So some of this film is fictional and some of it is based on real events. It's a little bit of both. So there's a scene in this film right after the show that's really well done, that's really scary, that is fictional. So based on his 1978 appearance in, I should have said on the reality show, The Dating Game. I remember that show, but not really, kind of. And at the time of the show, at the time of The Dating Game, the episode that he was on, he had already killed 5 women. That's so crazy. At the time of the filming of that episode, he had already murdered 5 women. Such a crazy story. Anyway, I think she did a wonderful job as director. I thought did a really good job, but I'm going to write more about my kind of feelings about it. And I think I'll probably maybe leave 2 pages. I'm not sure how many pages it will take me to finish writing about it. And then I wanted to leave some space here, of course, for if there are any nominations or awards. I don't know if it's been nominated for any Golden Globes yet. I think the Golden Globes announcements did come out. Okay, I don't think she was nominated. Dang it. Oh well, that's fine. So she wasn't nominated. That's fine. Okay, so this is kind of the format that's going to take for movies. And then for TV, I'm just going to start with Say Nothing. Which, man, what a good show. It's so good. The book was so good and the show is good. That's very unusual. I think it's because Patrick Radden Keefe is an executive producer on the show. So that must be why. But already it's so good. Like the 2nd episode, I love so much. The opening scene of the 2nd episode. So what I'm going to do for TV shows is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to keep track of the season and the episodes, and then maybe write about my favorite scenes or my favorite episodes. I think that'll be a fun thing to do. So I'm going to have a cover page again, and I'm going to start here. And at the top, I'll put the title, but I'm also going to put it by episode. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think I got it. Okay. So let's just make sure TV. Yeah. So I'm going to put this picture here, a little bit of a different placement. Gosh, this is such a great image. This is such a great image. So yeah. So I'm going to put the title right above. And I'll just underline it. Say nothing. Do not speak. Say nothing. And then here, I'm actually going to do a grid, I think. So the release date was November 14th. So I'm going to follow the same kind of format. November 14th, 2024. And it's a TV mini series. I wonder if I'm in frame. Oh, I'm not in frame. Sorry, guys. Okay, I wasn't in frame. Sorry about that. So I'm just making like a grid for the episodes. And I'm just gonna, a little uneven. Whoops. That's okay. Oh, that's very uneven. Ah! Okay. So I'm go like this. So I've only watched 2 episodes. I haven't had a lot of time to watch TV. So at this point, I've only watched the first 2 episodes. So I'm just going to cross them off as I watch them. So I watched 2. So the thing is, if I want to write more, I'll just put the synopsis in, but if I want to write more, say I fill this in with the 2 episodes of my thoughts, I can carry this grid over onto the next page and highlight the 3rd episode so that it shows what I've watched, right? Anyway, that's the idea. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit silly, but I kind of like the way it looks. It gives it a graphic kind of look, which I enjoy. Usually when I'm looking at a synopsis, I'm just looking at whatever I find online. I don't need to write a whole synopsis on my own. I can just refer to something based on the nonfiction narrative by Patrick Radden Keefe, which I loved. I talked about it in one of my bookish videos. This adaptation tells the shocking story of the abduction of Jean McConville, a mother of 10 by the IRA. It also follows the stories of the Price sisters, Dolores and Marion, who go from peaceful protesters to violent rebels. So yeah, this is how I'm gonna, and then in terms of the actors, this is, I know that the executive producer is Patrick Radden Keefe, which makes a difference. There's 4 different directors. I want to know who directed episode number 2. Anyway, I'll make note of the directors of the episodes that I liked. Oh, there's 2 female directors as well. That's really cool. This woman who plays Dolores is Lola Pettigrew. and she's so good. And yeah, there's a lot of great acting in this, I will say though. So yeah, this is how this is coming along. I'm pretty excited about this. I hope that I have lots of time to watch television. I think it'll be really fun to do this. And I think I'll have fun decorating. I have these cute ticket stickers, which I might use to, for example, decorate the film section or my watch list. I might put that in for my watch list. Yeah, why don't we do that right now? Well, these are all train tickets actually. But anyway, we could pretend it's a music show ticket or a film ticket, a watch list ticket. Kind of like having it go off to the side like that. I actually do have things that I want to put on my watch list. I want to put on my watch list that movie about the Pope. What's that movie called? Conclave, that's what it's called. So for my watch list here, I don't know for watch list, how am I going to separate it from TV? I don't know if I'm going to separate it from TV or movies. Maybe I will just keep it. Already started it. Podcast music. I think I'll just put Conclave. I think it's fine. I can keep them. I can keep them similar. I have this really cute Olivia Rodrigo sticker, which is kind of fun, which maybe I'll put in here for my music I'm going to listen to. Such a good sticker. Love her. Love that record. So yeah, that's... Oh, you couldn't see when I was putting it down, so I just put down that sticker for these lists that I'm doing. But yeah, I imagine this is becoming a bit of a long video, so I'll just do one final little flip through and then sign off. I think I got everything I wanted to get done today done, so that's good. I might include concerts, I might include art galleries, I'm not sure yet. So yeah, that's my little, this is my little media journal. I'm so excited about it. Got my quote, my legend, need to figure out what to do with the index. All this television coming up. Very exciting. The Grammys, I put down the award shows as well. Got my kind of layout for watching. I'm hoping I'm going to have more time to watch. I had such a busy fall semester, I didn't have that much time to watch anything really. So I'm hoping I'll have more time to watch things over the next coming months. I've got my list of things that I want to go and see, that I want to listen to in terms of podcasts and music, and then I have the actual journaling section. So for example, this is on page 12. I feel like that's a good way to use this index. Oh, but it's not, it's the dates. So I could put the date that I watched Woman of the Hour, which was in November, and this starts in January, so I can't really use it that way. So yeah, I think it would be nice to have an index of my actual summaries. Like you have a little one here, but I might use these first. I didn't start my watch list till the second page, so I might use this. Actually, I think this would be great to have this as an index. I think I'll have this as my index. So for example, I can have Woman of the Hour, and the page where I write about it, starting on page 12. So I can just put in 12 and put in the page number here and the title. That's perfect, really. I love that. I've got an index now, and then I can always put the date in. Then I can always put the date in as well, like of when I watched it, which was November, let's go back and see, 28th. Cool. Now I have an index. I didn't even know I was going to make an index. I'll have to get some more decorations going in this section. There you go. There you have it. My media journal for 2025. I am so excited about this. I'm really looking forward to this. I watch a lot of stuff, but I never have kept a record of my thoughts on these things, and I think it's just a lot of fun to do that. I don't usually rewatch anything, but I think it'd be really, really cool to have it all in a little journal. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!